Today we're going to show you how to turn a pile of these into a set of teaching toys that are really good fun for the kids to play with. We're going to learn some basic woodworking skills, things that you can pass on to children, and techniques on how to use them, all for $0. And there's also going to be a bit of Harry Potter style woodworking in there as well, so stick around. Okay, so this is what we're working with today. I was coming home the other night and I saw some workers throwing a heap of this into a construction bin. It's 90 by 35 structural pine, 4x1.5 in the old scale. It's not treated, so it's non-toxic, and we're going to make some kids blocks, which are a learning toy. We're also going to teach people a few basic woodworking skills while we're doing it. What you need to do this one's pretty simple. You need a tape, preferably a square. You'll need a wood saw and a miter box. It's going to be the 90 by 35 pine. We're going to start with blocks that are going to be 400 millimeters long. So 400 by 90 by 35. The reason we've chosen the 400 long block is because it's easily divided into fractions, which is part of what's going to come in later as a teaching toy. So we're also going to do some blocks which will be just split in half, 200 each half. Then we'll do a set of blocks which are 4 pieces, or multiples of 100. So these ones will be 100 each piece. Alright, so we've marked our cut. Now Connor's going to line it up into the miter box and then clamp his work off to keep it still while he's cutting it. You need to make sure that you put the clamp far enough away from the cut point that you're not hitting your hand on the clamp while you're using the saw. You just have to remember when you're doing this to keep your hand just a little bit further away from the saw there, buddy. Alright, use the full length of the saw, but keep it within the miter box. Okay, that's our first cut done. If you just take that out of the box and drop it over there. Now, basically we've got to do another 29 cuts. So we need another 5 of those. We need another 12 200s and another 8 100s. So I'm going to go and get a cup of tea and I'll leave you to it. Get to cutting, buddy.
Gemini. 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 Gemini.
I just forgot my phone, mate. Wow. You're really getting the hang of the cutting. Well, beautiful. Alright, so what we need to do now is we need to knock off all of the sharp edges just so that they're rounded off like this side, which is just a sanding block until you round off and you lose that sharp edge, which has got to be done on all 8 edges of each block. Let's get to it. Alright, so now we're finished sanding. All of them will have had all of the sharp corners knocked off, and we've rounded off all of the different surfaces. But they're nice and safe that way. So as part of what we want to do to help it be a better learning device though, what we're going to do, we're going to use stencils, and just on the blocks we're going to mark them as fractions. So This one, which is 200 millimeters long, I'm going to mark that. As half. So as some people might have guessed when they saw the layout of the blocks and how many there were, there's a couple of reasons for doing the way they are. One, it gives you good spread for building in terms of different sizes and shapes. Number two, 26 blocks means you can do the alphabet. So there you can spell words, you can count A to Z, you can say to the kids, line the alphabet up in order, you can do all that sort of thing. All of the blocks have got a half blocks, they've got half block printed on top of them and a letter on the back. All of the quarter blocks have got a quarter on them, and obviously you can say to the kids, well, 2/4 is equal to a half, or you can go with 2 halves is equal to 1 whole block. So you can do all sorts of things. So that's basically it. And the other reason which we did the shape and size of blocks that we have done is because so they fit really neatly into this shape, which can then pack really well into a box. Or you can put it into a trolley, which is also a walking toy for the smaller children. And in a later episode, we'll show you how to make one of those. But thanks for sticking with us.
Well, thanks for sticking with us through to the end. We've got a few more coming up soon, including how to start a campfire without any matches at all, and how to make a billy and make billy tea with it. Thank you and goodbye.